Cassie, honey, it's me. I don't want you to worry, but when you get this message, could you please give me a call? There's some things we need to discuss. But I hope you're squeezing on your babies right now. I know they probably miss you, and I want you to just take it all in, soak it all up as much as you can. But call me.
Hey, but what are you trying to pull now?
You know me, I'm just trying to grab some attention.
Mm-hmm. What's the deal? You were fine at the barbecue.
My heart's like a tech stock. Bubble burst.
You know what? I'm still in that market, so I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
They've done everything they can.
Are you sure? Listen, I know how the organ program works in this country, but if there's any other way, I don't give a damn if it's legal or not or what it costs. Phillip, I'll do anything. Anything I have is at your disposal. Money is no obstacle.
If it served a purpose, I would take every cent you got, but we can't buy our way out of this. I wish to God we could.
Rick can't die, Lord. Please don't let him die. You just couldn't be this cruel. You can't let him die. I won't let him die.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Happy. What's wrong with you? You're looking at me like I owe you some money.
You do owe me money.
Stand in line, pal. I owe everyone.
Well, you know what? You're going to stick around and pay me back. I was thinking about that. You know what? How about I give you a chance to win it back? We haven't done Pebble Beach yet. All 18. About 10,000 a hole. If you were to win all 18, that'd make you about even. Or I guess we could double or nothing until you finally won a hole.
It's not going to happen, buddy. So look, just be happy that I'm keeping your pride intact. I wouldn't want to embarrass you in front of all those corporate suits. It would be so sad.
Hey, you know what? They don't give you a hard time if you lose to a doctor. They know all you guys do is sit around and practice your putting all day.
Listen, buddy, I need
did I tell you what I saw your son do the other day? You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I went over to Frank's to pick up Zach. Zach and Jude were over there. And when I got there, they had been playing with this little truck on the floor, and Zach got up and just walked off with it.
Oh, God, that's so pathetic.
It's scary, isn't it? It gets better. Listen to this. So Jude just kind of sat there looking after him for a minute with this bewildered look on his face. Then he gets mad. He crawls across the floor after him. He goes over, he plops himself down in front of Zach, and he just kind of stares at him, and he points at the truck. So Zach fakes left, Jude goes left. Zach backs up, he stays in his face. Still got the same look on his face. Zach finally has had enough, gives up, drops the truck in front of him.
Oh, please tell me that Jude picked it up and ran over Zach's feet with it.
No. This is what your son did. He picked it up, he looked at it for a minute, and then he gave it back to Zach.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's prophetic. It's
See?
so scary.
See? This is why you have to stick around, you know, or else they're going to be just like...
They could do worse, buddy.
Yeah. Wonder what the odds are they'll fall in love with the same girl.
Find a little blonde like Beth Jr.
Nah. With our luck, it'll be Clarissa. It'll be Blake Jr. See, I mean, how wrong is that? That's why it's going to take both of us to stay on top of this thing, man.
I'd love to, buddy. I might not have a choice here.
Rick, I know you're fighting. And it's... I can't even imagine. But you can't stop. Maybe I've got no right to ask this of you. But I'm not ready. None of us are. So you gotta keep fighting. Okay? I owe you so much. It would take me the rest of this life just to try to tell you how much.
I know.
Do you?
Hey, why do you think I've been hanging in there for the last 20 years? I know.
Well, then you know you can't die. You can't. There's so much here for you right now. Finally. Finally. It's your turn. After everything that I have watched you lose, everything that has been taken from you, everything that I took.
And it wasn't always you.
Enough of it was me.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Too much. But it's okay, because everything is going to be all right for you now, Rick. It's all going to be all right for you now. And that's why you're going to stay. I'm not ready for you to go.
Right. It's always about you, isn't it?
And don't you ever forget it.
Hal.
I believe in you, Rick. I believe in you.
Phillip.
You just got to keep fighting.
Phillip. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Doctor.
There's a little change. The ventilator's keeping him alive. For now.
What about the pain?
It's likely he's in great discomfort.
Well, then give him
We're
something.
giving him everything we can. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Mrs. Lewis. He's hanging by a thread.
A thread that won't break as long as he's tied to that machine. In agonizing pain that you can't stop or you won't stop. Isn't that right? You're pumping air in and out of his lungs. You're pumping his heart to make the blood move so he'll feel pain but never move. Never breathe on his own again. I don't think that's living, Doctor.
I know that, Mrs. Lewis. I'm pumping air into Richard's lungs because I don't have a choice. He does not have a DNR, which means I don't have a choice but keep him alive. Now, if that's what you want to call it, I have no choice.
Hey, listen up. I know that you'll love June, but I want you to protect him for me. Please.
Like he's my own son. You don't ever have to worry about him. He will never want for anything, and he will have a wonderful life.
You're gonna spoil him, aren't you?
Yep. You're damn right. And I'm gonna bug him day and night, telling him stories about his dad.
No, don't you dare bore him to death.
It's not possible.
You're not good at telling jokes, you know.
I know. I don't need too many jokes. Because I'm gonna get it right, I promise you. He will know you.
Phillip, I want to tell you something, okay?
Okay.
When you're sitting around telling all these epic stories to my son, I want you to tell him everything, okay?
I will.
I want you to tell him about you. I want my little boy to know why you were the best friend that I ever had. Please.
All right, buddy. Are you all right? Do you need some? Can I get you anything?
I need some of that energy of yours. You know, buddy, I always loved that. The way you could just walk into a room and take it over. I could use some of that right now.
It's right here, buddy. Take it. Hey, where you going?
I can't keep my eyes open. Just I need to rest.
Okay, buddy. Go to sleep. I'll see you later, okay?
It isn't good, is it?
No.
I understand.
I don't know how you could.
I went to see Richard.
How is he?
His only hope is that he goes quickly. So maybe I do understand, because I'm losing someone that I love too. What were you thinking? This is a good, kind man who has a wife and children who love him, who has everything to live for. They say the good die young. Is that why you let that car crash? You want him? Take him. If you're gonna take him, take him. But don't just leave Richard laying there in so much agonizing pain that he's begging me to help him die. I don't pretend to understand your will, but this is wrong. You take a good man and you turn his body into a living tomb.
He's in constant pain that they can't stop. He'll never move again. He'll never breathe on his own. His wife and his kids will never feel his hug or hear his voice again. But you abandon him. You leave him here, trapped. You saw fit to get him here, to get him in this place. You saw fit to leave him on this earth. Then you fix him! Don't be stingy with your miracles. Because Richard needs one now.
So what are you thinking?
Thinking about last summer. All the time that Rick and I wasted. Yeah. You don't think that you're going to run out of time when you're... We're not old. Shouldn't be happening. To Richard either.
You know, if that guy goes, he takes a big piece of me with him. Probably the most important one.
Really? What's that?
Well, the only time in my life I ever felt sweet. Vulnerable, huh?
You?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I know. But it's true. I was young and naive, and I loved him. And then Reva. Whatever. Never since.
You've never been in love since?
No, thank God. Not like that. Not in that blind, I'll follow you off a cliff kind of way. No, no, thank you.
Gave a good imitation of it with Josh.
Josh saved my life, and I loved him for it desperately. He's the kind of guy you were supposed to fall in love with and marry, right? Good and decent. Kind of guy you could help him find his strength and take on the world. Kind of guy that would always do right by you. He was a safe choice. He was a smart choice.
Huh. Yeah, well, love is very seldom about being smart.
You think?
If it were, that guy in there would have left me in the dust back in high school.
You are too hard on yourself.
Just honest. Everything I know about being a good friend, I learned from him. And if he goes, I'm one of the few human beings who has ever known me as I am and liked me anyway.
Beth has loved you most of her life.
I said liked, not loved. There's a world of difference between the two. Yeah, Beth and I have always loved each other, but it's always been work. Always too much or too little. You know, Rick, you know, no matter how crazy it got, no matter what we did, I always knew that he would be there. And he always knew that about me. It didn't matter how angry we were. In a weird way, with Rick, it was always easy. And we just never doubted it. We had a cord, and both of us kept hold of our end. And now he's letting go.
Oh, God, no, not Rick.
No.
Is there anything I can do?
You want to help? Find Rick a heart, Lillian.
I'm sorry.
Please, Ed. I understand. She's right. I've been checking all day, but who knows? Maybe a heart donor came through.
You know, people would just take out their driver's licenses and sign the back. It could save so many lives. It's really so simple. You know what I'm afraid of is that I won't be able to. I don't.
Any change?
No, and no donors either. Some days I think that I will walk out the door away from all the pain and suffering and never come back. I want to do the right thing, Lord. But I don't know. I can feel what you're trying to tell me. It's what Richard wants. And I want to spare Cassie having to make a decision like that because she can't do it. She doesn't have the strength. And I know that's why Richard chose me. But how many times have I thought I was doing the right thing and just jumped in without thinking twice, only to make such terrible, awful mistakes? This can't be wrong. It's too big. This is a man's life. But what's his life become? Lord, I want to be your hands. I want to help Richard. But it's got to be the right thing. So I'll wait here for as long as it takes. But please,